This week, we are watching and rating the 5 worst movies of 2023 across every major genre, and to determine whether they're actually worthy of these titles. So enjoy the video. You're not going to want to miss this one. Or maybe you will, but maybe that's kind of the point. Lucy, do you want to know our first movie?
I do.
It's called Freelance.
You're a freelancer. Is it a superhero movie about a freelance video editor like you?
It's actually just the story of my life. This is gonna fill the need for our action-adventure category.
Tough Rotten Tomatoes rating.
This got a 6% on Rotten Tomato. Rough.
Tough.
So if you haven't heard what the movie is, how about Lucy, you read this?
An ex-Special Forces operative takes a job to provide security for a journalist as she interviews a dictator. But when a military coup breaks out in the middle of the interview, the unlikely trio must figure out how to survive the jungle and each other in order to make it out alive.
I like this this comment. The first spectacular misfire of 2024.
Are you ready?
Ready. No. Oh, gross. The stakes feel incredibly low.
But also yet too high.
Like there is a full-on helicopter charging towards them,
Yeah.
and they're just filming it with their
And
iPhone.
she ran like this.
Oh no. Oh. Okay.
Alright.
Well.
Tough watch, I'd say. The ending did end with him receiving $5 million and saying the words, "I was finally happy." And no, like that was the end. For this movie, we're going with the experts on this one and giving it a whopping
6%.
And here is how we wrote our review.
This movie's exactly what you would expect from a 6% on Rotten Tomato. The only redeeming quality was the chase scene on horseback. Alrighty, and we are back with movie number 2.
This next movie had only a $100,000 budget, $5.2 million in the box office it made. Impressive. The family-friendly classic,
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Looking at the poster for this, I have no doubt we will be terrified.
I'm gonna scroll through a few photos here of the poster. Look how terrifying Winnie the Pooh looks.
We don't watch horror movies. Like, I don't know the last one we watched together.
I feel like they wouldn't even need rights to Winnie the Pooh because, like, how can you compare this Winnie the Pooh with this Winnie the Pooh? We do have to rent this one as well. So if you want to subscribe, but let's read some reviews before we get into this movie. Okay, so this movie got a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm sure it did well in the box office because of the shock factor. Oh my gosh. Makes you wish the Supreme Court would repeal its public domain copyright laws. I was a big fan of Winnie the Pooh growing up.
I always wanted to be Piglet, but then the day I found out Piglet was a boy.
Piglet's a boy?
Piglet's a boy. I was pissed. Here's the synopsis. After Christopher Robin abandons them for college, Pooh and Piglet embark on a bloody rampage as they search for a new source of food.
That's hilarious. I need to pause. We're only 5 minutes into this film, and they already killed off Eeyore. Eeyore's my favorite.
That's such a spoiler.
We're 1 minute into this movie. That's not a spoiler.
Deep in the 100-acre woods.
No. You're kidding. I told you she was gonna die first.
Piglet don't. This is like
So bad.
so bad.
This is bad.
Objectively, actively terrible.
Don't think I've seen anything worse ever in my life. I don't know. I've had this experience with some horror films where, like, it is bad, but it's kind of funny because it's bad. You know what I mean? It's like, don't go into the closet.
No, it's true.
But this is like, oh, that's just gross.
And it's like drawn out and terribly acted, and like it's so bad all around.
All right, we will press on.
Can you say woof?
80 minutes later, and I am feeling a little
Depleted.
depleted is a good word. I would give this,
Do you want to say it on 3?
yeah, 3, 2, 1, 0. Fair enough. That wasn't even worth, it got 3%. That was absolute trash.
I think that was the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think it's really smart whoever did create it though, because like they obviously made a lot of money off of it, and like
that's fair.
just by using the rights. All right, finish the review. Here's what we agreed upon. Some movies are funny because they are so bad. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Nope. This was an hour and 24 minutes of pure torture. Don't waste your time. And honestly, that's the point of this video. We're just trying to help you not waste your time. We're kind of a productivity channel.
Absolutely.
Look at it that way. On to the next one.
I'm gonna say it. I'm excited.
This is the movie that I've been most excited for.
Genre comedy, much better than Winnie the Pooh.
But I remember reading some reviews that might not be so true. This is a movie about Bob Ross, played by Owen Wilson.
No, it's not.
Oh, what?
This is not a movie about Bob Ross.
This isn't about Bob Ross.
Where did you read that? Did you just assume it?
It's giving Bob Ross.
It is giving Bob Ross, but it is about him, but they just named him something else. The first thing that comes up is a Rolling Stone article saying Paint is a bad SNL sketch of Owen Wilson doing Bob Ross. So yeah.
Sorry, we are learning as you're learning. How about you, Lucy, give the full description here about the movie?
Carl Nargle, Vermont's #1 public television painter, is convinced that he has it all. A signature perm, a custom van, and fans hanging on his every stroke, until a younger, better artist steals everything and everyone Carl loves.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh.
Spicy. So in the box office, this movie made $811,000.
Less than a fifth of what Winnie the Pooh made.
No one is talking about how much Winnie the Pooh made. Okay, but let's get to some of these comments.
Ross always preached that there was no mistakes, just happy accidents. A mess like paint, all broad strokes and no point, proves that he wasn't always right.
All right, let's get this movie started. Oh, wait. We have to rent this one as well. So if you haven't already...
Our budget's going down the drain.
Subscribe. This looks pretty good. Okay, I would say out of all the movies that we've watched thus far, this was definitely the sleepiest movie.
For sure. I feel actively sleepy, and it might have been the magnesium I took.
What is our Rotten Tomatoes score? This movie got a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. I would give it a 1, 2, 3, 25. I think mine was too high and yours was too low. Let's meet in the middle.
19?
I can agree on 19.
There was no part where I was like, I loved that part. But there were many parts where I could bear it.
The concept was there.
It had an all-star cast.
It really makes me think, I wonder what they think about these movies. So that's why we wrote this review. I can see why this is one of the worst movies of 2023, but it was bearable. And I bet this would be the perfect movie to fall asleep to. Smiley face. Okay, I am hopeful though that the next two we could actually say something genuinely positive about.
I have fear about the next one.
Well, hello. New location, if you can't tell. Happy Chick-fil-A today. It is not Sunday, which means
all those who celebrate.
Monday through Saturday. Okay, so yes, Lucy and I are at the Dallas Love Field Airport, and we are flying to California, but that does not mean that this challenge ends. All right, Lucy, do you know the next movie that we're watching? We'll take that head nod as a no. We're watching a movie called Love Again. This movie got a 28% on Rotten Tomato, but it got an audience score of 91%, which is also making me feel like there is still a chance that we actually might enjoy this one.
Can I make a note that you always call it Rotten Tomato singular?
Note taken. So here's the movie description.
A young woman tries to ease the pain of her fiancé's death by sending romantic text to his old cell phone number and forms a connection with the man the number's been reassigned to.
And then it says ... Read no further.
So here's some reviews. If you're in the mood for a Hallmark card to revive your faith in gooey rom-coms, Love Again is not the one. And here's one more review. It's not terrible. Okay, we'll take that. It's not terrible. It's kind of all we're looking for at this point. We're gonna be watching this film on the plane. Definitely give you some updates when we land in California. I feel like a rom-com is a good, airplane movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for departure, please check to see that your seatbelts are
All right, let's debrief that film.
What did you think about it?
It felt like most of the people had never acted before.
Oh, I thought it was good acting.
Let me start over. But you know what? Maybe the script was just bad.
No, the script was terrible. I would really agree with the comment that we read before watching it, which was more serious than you expected.
Yes.
Okay, let's rank this movie though. I think 20%.
I was gonna say 20.
We think I have to do that.
20%. Amazing. All right, let's write a review. All right, we said good actors, weird plot, one of us fell asleep, Celine Dion got her bag.
That she did.
And I did have a question. Celine, are you coming out with something soon? Why are you in this movie?
Also, Nick Jonas had a cameo.
Nick Jonas' cameo was fun though to me.
On to the next one. Let's say it together.
AntMan. Oh, sorry.
AntMan.
AntMan.
AntMan and the Wasp.
What is that next word?
Quantumania? Okay, so this got a 46% on Rotten Tomato, which is the highest score of all of our Rotten Tomato scores. So this is likely to be our favorite movie.
Just like an incredible film.
I need to go on a rant about something. So I don't like Marvel movies because they make me laugh because people are like, we gotta go to, or honestly, any fantasy movies. Because to me, they're like, the sand creature is coming to eat us. We need to fly. And like, they're doing it in that voice, absolutely. Like, I have to suspend my disbelief so hard. However, remember my career? Musical theater. Ridiculous. I am a hypocrite. I literally am on stage and then all of a sudden I'm singing. Okay, is that enough of me?
That's a perfect description. I can't wait to edit that later. Okay, so here it is.
I'm feeling embarrassed.
No, don't feel embarrassed. That was a fantastic description. Your brain went like 1,000 places. I kind of love it.
Now here's the actual description of Ant-Man.
Superhero partner Scott Lang, Paul Rudd,
and no one wants us to read this.
Yeah, I think we all understand it's good versus evil. Dwight said, "The thrill is gone. The Marvel Universe shoots a blank, a tiny one." Okay, let's watch it.
They're little people.
You didn't know that?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh.
So dumb.
Chandler, I'm gonna have nightmares about bugs.
Oh, Lou, we made it an hour. That's pretty good.
Did you fall asleep too?
Yeah, I may have fallen asleep.
Me too.
Pick up where we left off tomorrow. It's the next morning, and we're gonna finish Ant-Man.
Oh! The issue is I don't even know who one of these characters is. What's her problem?
Here. Let me update you.
We've done something terribly wrong.
Some of you maybe have already noticed it by now.
We watched the first Ant-Man and the Wasp rather than the other one. So here's though what I think. That movie was so bad that I don't know what this next one will give us.
I don't want to watch another one, but...
Dearest viewers, I can't help but think about our journey through what was supposed to be the worst movies of 2023. In a shocking twist, we found ourselves lost in the world of Ant-Man and the Wasp instead of the anticipated Quantumania. While we contemplated whether we should watch the correct movie, it dawned on me, this video was never about the movies themselves. Our shared laughter, the tears we shed, and the unexpected detours we took together turned out to be the real masterpiece. Until next time, sincerely, Lu&Chan.
Setting aside the differences, they join the forces to protect their kingdom and save the world from irreversible